We'll begin our practice in child's pose. Rest your forehead on the floor and take several deep breaths. With each inhale, feel yourself becoming more present, more aware inside your body. And with each exhale, release anything that stands in the way of you being here fully. The inhales wash down the front surface of your body and splash into the bowl of your pelvis. You can imagine your entire torso filling with an inner luminosity that radiates outward in all directions. As you continue to stay present with your breath, I want to invite you to consider two concepts that come from classical tantric philosophy, and that's the idea of Prakasha and Vimarsha, the light of consciousness and the power of self-awareness. Prakasha is the divine light that lives within us and around us. We can never be separate from it. It's part of everything. It's literally the manifesting energy of the entire universe. Vimarsha, or self-awareness, can also be thought of as reflection. It's the reflection of the absolute or the infinite as it shows up in each unique individual. So as you move through this short but sweet practice, you have the opportunity to not only stay open to the light of consciousness as it pulses through you, but to remember that the exact way you are experiencing it right now, in this body, in this moment, is unlike anything else. Wherever you are in your breath, exhale completely, and inhale, lift up to all fours. Begin to flow through some cat-cow poses. As you breathe in, lift the crown of your head and your tailbone towards the sky. Then exhale, drop the head, curl tailbone under, and round the back. The inhales, you're arching, pulling heart forward. And with each exhale, you draw navel to spine and curl inward. Flow through a few more rounds on your own, doing your best to link your breath with the movements of your body. Eventually, make your way back to an all fours position, and then extend your right leg out behind you. Bring your foot to the same height as your hips, with the toes pointing straight downwards. Reach your left fingertips forward and stretch along through your whole body. Bottom front ribs hug in, so the core of the body is strong but not gripping. As you're ready, switch to the other side. Inner thigh on the lifted leg, rolling towards the sky as the toes point straight down. Another full breath in, reach long, and exhale, release. From here, shift your hands forward a couple of inches, then lift your hips high for a bent knee, downward facing dog. You can either keep your knees bent or start straightening them one at a time. Even as you're focusing primarily on stretching out the backs of your legs, remember to keep your hands grounded. Finger pads are heavy, but the heels of the hands are light. Eventually, you can straighten both your legs, sending the sitting bones high up towards the top of the wall behind you. And here you can find a few deep breaths, remembering that light of consciousness and the awareness that you have of it that is completely unique. On an inhale, float your right leg high up into the air behind you. Spin your inner thigh on that leg towards the sky. Point your toes down towards the floor. On an exhale, step your right foot forward between your hands and then drop your back knee onto the mat. Big breath in, sweep arms up overhead. And on an exhale, grab hold of your left wrist with your right hand. Take a little lean to the right. Bottom front ribs are hugged in here, kidney area full. Inhale to center and then exhale over to the other side. Inhale, come on back up to middle. And on an exhale, you'll draw your hands together and spin your left elbow to the outside of your right knee for a revolved lunge. Gently press your palms together, roll right shoulder cap back. And we'll inhale to come out of the twist, stepping into a plank pose, lower all the way down to the ground. Next in-breath is Bhujangasana, cobra pose. Exhale, lower down. Again, inhale up for low cobra. Exhale, release. And one more time, inhale, lift. Toes are spread, tailbone lengthens to heels. Then exhale, lower. Tuck your toes, press up either through plank or hands and knees. And then come into a downward facing dog. Deepen your breath. Soften your body even as you stay fully engaged. And then on an inhale, extend your left leg high up behind you. Exhale, step your foot forward between your hands. Inhale up to a lunge. Take hold of your right wrist with your left hand. Exhale, lean to the left. Inhale, rise up to center. Exhale, other side. Inhale, lift. Palms come to touch overhead. And on an out breath, sweep the hands across. Right elbow hooking outside the left leg. Gentle pressure of the hands to draw the shoulder caps back. You're spinning your belly, your chest, your gaze towards the ceiling. And then it's an inhale that takes you back into plank. Lower all the way to the floor. Another inhale is Bhujangasana. Tuck your toes. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Take several breaths here. If you need to rest in child's pose, that's fine as well. Move and breathe and be in your body in whatever way helps you to stay the most present. On another in-breath, sweep your right leg high. Exhale, step your foot forward between your hands. Then inhale, sweep your arms up overhead for a crescent lunge. Grab hold of your left hand with your right wrist and lean to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, other side. Inhale, both arms reach high, palms together. Exhale, left elbow to the outside of the right leg. Draw your outer right hip back towards your left heel. Right knee stays exactly over the right ankle. On an in-breath, release your hands to the floor and step up onto your right leg. So you're coming to a grounded airplane. Inner thigh on the left leg spins towards the sky, toes point downward. Stretch back through the sole of your left foot and forward through your torso. Exhale, release that leg down to the ground, plank pose, and then chaturanga into up dog, or lower all the way to the floor and take a low cobra. We'll meet back up in downward facing dog. Smooth out your breath. Relax the muscles of your face, especially your jaw. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, step forward. With the in-breath, crescent lunge. Grab your right wrist, exhale, lean left. Keep pressing back through the right foot as you take that lean. And then exhale, switch it to the last side. Inhale, both hands up high, palms together. Exhale, hook that right elbow outside your left knee. Palms pressed together. Keep extension from the crown of your head out through your tailbone, out through the back heel, staying as long as possible in the core, and then spin around that lengthened core. Unwind on an inhale, stand on your left leg, right leg lifts, grounded airplane. Spread your toes. Exhale, release, palms to the ground, plank pose, chaturanga into up dog, or cobra, and back to downward facing dog. Last little sequence here. On an inhale, sweep your right leg up into the air. Exhale, step foot forward. Grounded airplane. Left toes point straight to the floor, hips are level. Bring your right hand up to your hip and start to spin your chest and gaze up towards the ceiling. Eventually you can extend your left fingertips upward. The left hand stays down on the ground for support. So So you're now in a revolved half moon pose. On an out breath, slowly release. Take the linking vinyasa if you want it, or you can skip it and just go right back into downward facing dog. And we'll take it to the last side. Exhale all your breath. Then inhale, left leg lifts, toes spread. Exhale, step your foot forward. Grounded airplane. Find a steadiness in your standing leg. Hips level, toes bright. Right hand stays down on the ground right beneath your shoulder. Then stack the left shoulder above the right, left wrist above that. Crown of the head reaching in one direction, foot extending back. You choose an exhale to lower back to the ground. Flow through vinyasa, or make your way right into downward facing dog. Just a couple of breaths in dog pose. And then when you feel ready, you can release your knees down to the ground and come into child's pose. Feel free to complete this practice however you like, whatever poses your body is calling for. I would recommend at least one gentle twist before you lay back for final Shavasana. And as you leave your mat today and step back out into your life, may you remember this Prakasha, this divine light, which is the truth of who you are. And the feeling of light is love. So no matter what ups and downs come your way, you can tap into that divine light, adding to it the Vimarsha, that self-awareness, which is unique only to you. In fact, it is the reason why you are here. Thank you so much for practicing. I hope to see you soon. Namaste.